Hello and welcome to Space Engineers. So, this game just came out of early access, as, is pretty obvious here. So I figured this is the perfect time to do a short series on this game now that it is full release. They recently did a major overhaul to survival, so we got these, survival gameplay, improvements here. Apparently they added ladders, which I was not aware of, but hey, me on reading things. What do you know? New scenarios, new blocks, new features. Okay, so I have an idea for this series, and I will get into that after we load in, or at least while we're loading. So let's go ahead and start a new game. We want a custom game. I think the scenario I want is Star System. So let's go ahead and name this Star System YouTube EOS. YouTubios. There we go. Alright. This is description world for my YouTube channel. There we go. That'll be nice. Let's take a quick look at the advanced features. I would like my character inventory to be a little bit bigger, so let's go with 5x. It just makes things a little bit easier without being totally unbalanced. I'll leave everything else the same. So let's do that. And I think this is what we want. So let's hit start. And while this is doing... Whoa, hey, that was actually very quick. All right, so I will go into what I want to do here without being too... Oh, wow, there's some additional planets now. Titan and Europa. Never noticed that before. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Earth-like drop pod. And here is why. Let's hit respawn. Come on, there we go. Respawn. And here's why. So, I want to see if it is possible to build a space elevator, especially now that I see that there are ladders, because I can theoretically climb up. Because I know it's not possible to make a elevator that would actually go all the way up to space. Here we go, it's doing its thing. That would go all the way up and be able to take the character. But there's no reason that I couldn't send a conveyor network from a base on the planet all the way up. So let's hit F to leave passenger seat. Here we go. V. There we go. I want to be first person for this. Alright, so here we have our new drop pod. Wow, we are on the side of a thing. And that is really all there is to it. Let's hit X. I just want to get a survey of the surrounding area. Ooh, I don't see any ice around. Unless there's some over there. I'm kind of keeping my eye on the H2O. This does not look like a great starting spot, but we'll deal with it. Alright, let's just go ahead and fall down. Oh, looks like there might be some stuff there. And you never know, there might be some underground pockets of ice. Because I'm going to need large amounts of ice for lots of hydrogen. Alright, see, even just doing that, the planet rotates, so it would already put us that far away from our respawn pod just popping up and looking around like that. So, interesting, physics and stuff added. There's the sun. There are some other things in orbit. So my goal here is to make effectively a space elevator for materials, and I apparently will be able to slap a ladder on the side and be able to climb up. They've added some new stuff, so there's temperatures now. You can see down below. Oh, hang on. Let me hit J and open up my mask. That I'm currently warm, and that's fine. But space is freezing, which makes your suit use more energy, so it sort of limited your ability to just rocket man your way on up, with your spacesuit. Now, one of the other major things is we have this survival kit now, so let's open this up. So, it was just this little survival kit thing here. You can see it's here in the control panel. What this guy does is some interesting stuff. So, right here, we go over to production. This can make ingots from stone. They have actually made stone useful because it can give you a little bit of iron, nickel, and silicon now. And it'll do it from the regular refinery as well. It's just this is the sort of little one-block survival kit that it gives you. So it does that. It can produce some basic tools and some basic components. This is almost everything you need to get a fundamental like little base up and running. I say almost because it cannot produce battery components. So you have to get a base up and running with enough power supply to run a basic assembler before you can have a battery for the base. So I'm going to start right here, even though this is far from ideal, because this is where my drop pod landed. And this is a passenger seat, not a command seat of any sort, so I can't just fly this off without having to basically grind that out and replace it with a control seat of some sort. Complicated. I'm not even sure if you can fit it in there. And it looks like that is the only thing connecting it to the... Oh no, I guess not. Alright. So we've got a battery power, we've got limited life on this. I'm going to get started. So to get started, we're going to do this. We're just going to kind of pop over, let's say like here. I will crouch down. I'll start gathering up a bit of stone. The old, loud... I don't even know if you guys can hear me over the drill. Jeez. Just gonna grab a bit of stone. World Utubio save. Just kind of do this. This guy. Alright. Ooh, okay. Now maybe you can hear me. I might have to turn the sounds down a little bit if that proves to be problematic in the edit. Of course, that won't actually happen till next time, but ooh, that was not the button I wanted. But it works. Alright. So we'll open up the inventory. We've got enough to make 3 sets of ingots here with a little bit of stone left over. So let's pop over here. You can see that this does its thing, and that's how much stuff it makes. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start a base. And I will come back when we are at interesting bits, because I'm going to basically cut this episode up into a few pieces so that we can get a little bit more advancement. I don't want to make this a super long series, but let's actually, I will show you this part, it do its other part of production as well. We are going to need some plates. Let's just be like, hey, make me 10 plates. It doesn't have enough iron to do all of them, but it'll make some. You know, in typical fashion. Let's actually get the first, yeah, here we go, let's do that. And we will get our first block down somewhere around here. Let's just kind of... Yeah, we don't want it too close to the trees, so let's kind of go like, bam, there. There's our first block. There's our next block. There's a third one. Now I can just walk onto this platform. I think I've got, what, like enough to make a few more? Alright, so this will be our base. Now I'm not going to fill these guys in at first, because at first it's a waste of resources. This does everything that the completed block does, except, you know, not have quite as many hit points. That's the only advantage to, you know, basically filling these up, is they can take a little bit more damage. But okay, so I've got this started here. I'm going to need to get some sort of power supply up capable of running a basic refiner. Let's look at this before I go. So we got progression tab now. You have to build certain blocks before it'll let you build other blocks. So we have to make a basic assembler before it'll let me do any of this stuff, the spotlight, the medical room, the turret. Oh, that's the other thing that the survival kit does that I'll get to. Interior lights. I have to make the basic assembler before I can make a regular assembler. Things of that nature. There's the battery. We have to have the basic assembler before we can make a battery. We have to have interior wall before we can make a bunch of this stuff. You have to have the basic refinery before you can make the ore detector or the drill. You know, things of that nature. The basic refinery... Oh, you can... Okay, so that was the other way around with it. So it's got that, where... Yeah, you have to do... Either one of those will unlock the assembler, is what it is. That's right. Okay. You've got landing gear before you can make most of the components for ships. That type of thing. You have to make either the O2 generator or the oxygen farm before you can make the cryo chamber, the air vent, or the oxygen tank. You know, things like that. storage containers before you can make like all the conveyor system stuff, things like that. So I'm gonna get started. Probably tear up this landscape a bunch, get myself a platform built, and I will probably be back when it is time to make the assembler. I will see you then. Okay, so about 20 minutes or so of work later, I've got my platform here, and I think I have enough materials built up in order to get a couple of important things done. So let's start with a windmill. I'm on the Earth-like planet, so the windmill works fairly well. You just want to have it in a relatively high place. So we've got this here. I need interior plates for you. Well, I have some, because in addition to all of the other stuff that's been going on, there have also been probes dropping out of the sky, and I've been able to get some materials from that. So let's get on up here. That's actually part of why I'm done so quick, is because I've been harvesting probes. Alright, let's get you. Alright, you need more motors, more girders. So one more motor. Although we're probably going to make more than one. Let's see. We want maybe 10 motors, 4 more girders. Alright. Yeah, I've been going around. I've been harvesting the couple of probes that have dropped. I've also been, looking at, using my drill to find some of the ores and stuff. There actually is an underground source of ice relatively nearby, and I've been collecting stone while attempting to drill down to it. So that, has prevented me from tearing up the landscape near my base too much, at least yet. It'll still happen. We'll grab our motors. As you can see, my hand drill is in there because I got an enhanced hand drill out of one of the probes. So definitely an advantage to going and looking at that stuff, at least early game. You then also get to grind them down for their resources, so let's pop on up here, get this done, and there we go, we got a wind turbine. Now hopefully that's going to be enough for us to get our stuff going. Now this one here, this is our basic assembler. We're going to start with this. Let us rotate you around, not that way. There we go, except we want you that way. There we go. Bam. Hey, and we're getting information from GoodBot, our little tutorial program. I don't care too much about him. We need more steel plates. We're going to need one more motor and a bunch more computers. Alright, let's pop over here, see if we've got the stuff to do it. I think we do. I'm not 100% certain we do, but I think we do. Alright, so let's... Yeah, there's been some, let's grab you out of there and dump you on the ground because I don't need the gravel. Alright, we need one more motor, a bunch of steel plates, and a fairly ridiculous amount of computers. Alright, let's get this going. I don't know if that's enough, but we will start in with a bunch of this stuff. Why are you making computers now? Are you out of iron? You don't seem to be doing too great on the old iron front, do you? Yeah, we're gonna need more iron. Darn, I thought I had enough to get all of this going. See, I could put solar panels up, which I would have to if I were on the moon or something. Oh, yeah, we need more. Let's get this, welded up as far as we can. And then we're gonna... I'll show you where my... see, I got close ice marked there. It is about 1 kilometer away. Oh, hang on, let's, yes, I have my hydrogen bottle on me. That was the other thing I forgot to show you on the lander. It has a, like, little mini H2O, converter and a bit of ice in it, so it gives you a little bit of start. And the survival kit also is used as a, like, not super great version of the medical bay. But it's functional, so that's good. Let's see, I'm gonna just dig our hole. I'm still working my way towards the ice. This is really loud in my ears. I hope it's not as loud for you guys.
Inventory full.
And my inventory is already full. It's like just like that. Alright, let's get out of here, head back to base. I am probably going to need to There we go. It refills from the bottle automatically, which is nice. But we don't have any way of automatically refilling our, what's it called? The power. But I'll show you guys the little side of the thing here. So as you can see, hey look, hold F to recharge and heal. I will hold F. And it slowly recharges me. Womp womp womp, just like the medbay does, except the medbay does it faster, is basically what the major difference is going to be there. And we're still running off this battery. There is no other form of power on this guy at the moment. We've got a bit more of that. I don't know if this is enough. At least enough, as far as the steel plates go, but it'll give me an idea. Nope, I need 5 more. And I don't know if it ran out of Q or what. Or if I need more, you know, stone to throw in here. Production. Ah, yeah, let's see. We need 3 more U pretty desperately. Let's grab you guys. Ah, we need more stone in there. I didn't have all of the stone in. Hopefully that will manage to process enough. Let's get these computers in. Yeah, we're going to need way more computers. How many more? I need 26. And yeah, this game involves a lot of this. Being like, how much of what thing do I need? At least until you get much later game. Alright, so that is going to mean I need 18 more. And I do not have enough steel plates. So you know what? I'm going to just dig up a little bit of stone from here, from my initial hole. Just to get me enough iron plates. Come on, guys. Get back here. Because there was almost enough stone in there to process another batch. And now, see, once I get a basic refinery going, it'll just process the stone in almost any amount, but not the necessary 500. There we go. That's the additional plate I needed. And we should be able to get this guy going. Almost. Alright, so we need, yeah, our 18 more computers, and that guy will be operational. I don't know if I have enough materials, but we will attempt to get it going. Production. Alright, so I need you. I need 10 and... Oh, and of course it's moving now, so I'm going to have to wait till it stops to get my count right. It's just a little difficult to do while it is actually running. Not impossible, but it's such a small batch. Might as well do it. Alright, 15, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That'll be how many we need. And just like that, we should have a operational, but not 100% built, basic assembler. There we go. See, we can throw 20 more steel plates on it to make it a little more durable. We're good at the moment, however. And this guy can, in fact, make us power cells once we get the stuff in there. Now, that means we should have unlocked additional stuff by building that. Let's pop over to progression. Yeah, see, it shows we have that assembler and the battery. In fact, let's pop over and go power blocks. Hey, there's our battery. Let's go ahead and pop you down in the wind turbine spot. And we'll be able to do that as soon as I have some steel plates. I need at least 1 so I can put you in place. Can I get 1 steel plate, please? No. The answer to that question is no. I want to do this before cutting, you know, to make more progress, so we will just do this a little bit. I will make the 1 steel plate, if at all possible. That is not enough stone, of course. This should hopefully, come on, be enough to get that running. Boop. And boop. There we go. That should give me the steel plate I need. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going... Oh, you know, I could have just done this in the first place. I am going to drill out that one and put the battery there. Now, as you can see, oh, I had enough construction components on before it, almost. It's going to need a bunch of steel plates, those power cells, which the power cells I need 80 of. 80 of them. So we'll just queue that up in here, and you can see how much iron and silicon and nickel we need in order to do that. So I will also want... let's see if I have enough for one more steel plate so I can get stuff going. I would like to be able to make progress off camera, but I also want to get a few things placed on camera. Can I get one more? Thank you. So what I will also do here is, before I go, we got our basic refinery. I will place you down. You can see that's how much stuff we need for that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut here, and I will go do more of this whole process, get stuff going, get these two items built, and I will probably actually finish them off camera, but I will come back once they are done and we move on to our next portion of the project. I will see you then. Okay, I am back. I have come out to one of these probes. This one I think is going to try and fly away from me if I get close. So let's watch my terrible attempts at doing this. Yeah, look at you. Yeah, come here, come here. Yeah, I throw your weight off. Alright. I have managed to throw its weight off. Now, if I can manage to get either the sensor or the engine. There we go. I got the engine. Alright, now, I can grind these guys down. I know this is loud in my ears. I hope it's not as loud for you guys, but... And now I can get some additional... Whoops, that was the wrong one I wanted. I want that one. The crouch button and the turn the jetpack on button are right next to each other. As you can see, this is harvesting me a bunch of steel plates. And there's still the other stuff available in this. Let's clear that annoying light. And now let's do whatever is necessary for this button. Button? Button. No. Yeah, it says K to set up button. Ah, try your luck to get a new special item. Hey, I got something. Leopard boots. The last, like, 3 I didn't get anything, but hey, I got a new item. Go to visit a medical room to change your appearance. Alright, so now we can grind these guys down. Get a whole bunch of resources from it. I mean, relatively small, but you know. And there should also, somewhere in this mess... Ah, there it is. Alright, let's get these guys out of the way. There's also a small cargo container in here. Okay, this one just has some steel plates, but these tend to have randomized stuff, so that's where I got that better drill from, was from one of these guys. Alright, so we're just going to grind this down real quick. I'm not going to cut because I'm ready to do some other stuff back in the base. I'm hoping you can even hear me over the grinder. Wow, this thing is loud. And obviously, this isn't going to be worthwhile later in the game. At least not nearly as worthwhile. But even then, there's still some, there we go. There's still some components that'll be worth getting off of these guys. And it'll be a lot easier if you could just bring the ship out with the ship-based grinder and, you know, do these type of things. And bam, there we go. Alright, let's head back to base, because I should now have almost everything I need to get the battery online. I've managed to get the refinery up and running in the interim here. The basic refinery, that is, not a full-blown one. We are also running out of daylight, and I would like to get a little bit more done here before we end the episode, because there's only a few more minutes left of episode time, based off of how much I have actually recorded. Let's get over here. Obviously, we were not going to be full-blown space elevator in a single episode. This is why I said it would be a short series. Let's do this. Here we go. Alright, so now I'm hoping that that should give me enough steel plates. Yeah. Plenty of steel plates. Now we just need the power cells out of this guy. So I threw some stone in here, got these guys up and going. I can now transfer... I can transfer all of these parts over, to be honest, just to get them out of my inventory. Except those, of course. That guy has to be processed in there into a little bit of iron. That's what happened, that metal scrap. In addition to happening when a block is destroyed due to like impact or something, that is also what you get out of power cells you grind down. So I got that out of the power cell from the probe. You get that back instead of the actual power cells. Let's just grab as much of this stuff as we can. Transfer it all into appropriate places. We can break down that drill too, since I have the tier 2 drill now. You, not you. You get that. Probably that too. You guys can go in there. Oh, you're full. Alright. Let's grab the power cells out. Throw you in. We will also then go into disassembly mode. Disassemble that. Alright, now back into assembly mode. Excellent. Let us pop in the few power cells we got. You can take the stone and process it up into that, which we can then take over here. And get you, and you thrown in, so you can add us a few more power cells. I don't know if there's enough. Yeah, it looks like there's not enough iron, so I am in fact going to need to get more resources. Unless I just break down some of this stuff I've got. Let's actually get one more thing on the go here. I don't know if I have the resources to complete it, but I would like to try. I'm gonna put it, I think, here, just so I don't block my access immediately. Let's go with this. We need a small cargo container. I'll put you where the battery is currently. There we go, boom. And let's just kind of dump in what we got. Yeah, I don't think I have enough metal grid, and I can't make more of that till I get cobalt. But let's take the metal grid out. We'll take these resources out so that I can dump them into here as far as I can. We're going to do that. Alright. We will then go ahead and clear out my inventory as much as possible. And I am going to need some more iron. How much more iron do I need? Out of curiosity. A decent amount. A little bit of nickel. Alright, let's go fly back out to our ice hole. Ice hole. Alright. We are rapidly running out of time, but I'm hoping to get this battery up and running before the end of the episode. That will be the total foundation of a basic base completed once I get that done. Alright, you are like that. Let's crouch down. This. Keep in mind, I am here for the rock, which is why I'm doing it this way.
Inventory full.
Alright, there we go. Let's put the stone. Knock a little bit more of that out just so that it'll be easier when I come back. Let's turn on our jetpack and fly out of the hole. We have basically lost the sunlight, which is why it's easier to do this. Oh.
Low.
Uh-oh. Am I...
Fuel
Oh.
critical.
Okay, I forgot to bring my tank with me. I must have accidentally dumped it. That's okay, we're almost back to base. I took a little bit of damage there, but nothing too critical. And we made it almost all the way back, so... One of the things you kind of got to pay attention to is things like your hydrogen bottles and oxygen bottle if I wasn't on an Earth-like planet. We'll just walk back. And I will hopefully have enough stuff here that I will then be able to wrap up the episode in a timely fashion. So let's get over here. We're almost there. Here we go. This is why I fly everywhere, because walking is too slow. If I walked everywhere, the movie would be over. Alright, you... Yeah, there you are. Why are you not coming into my... Oh, because my inventory is full, that's why. Alright, put all of you in there. You can process. You come into my inventory, refill my jetpack. I will actually come over here. See how much ice we have left. Not a whole lot. Bam. We actually have less than half of what we started with originally. Let's go ahead and heal up a little bit. Boop-a-doop. We're healed. Might as well finish recharging, because this battery is going to be worthless once we get everything going. The battery on this drop pad. Because eventually we'll grind this guy down for resources. It'll be great. Alright, we need resources from you to transfer to you. And we will eventually hook this all up so it'll do it automatically. How are we doing? Looks to me like we have enough resources available now to finish this out, which is good. I just heard another thing pop up. There is another probe coming down. I'll get to that in a few, probably once we're done with the episode. Waiting on you. We'll just grab a few, get them started. Those guys are heavy, so we wouldn't have been able to do them all in one go anyway. We'll just kind of sort some in as we go. Wait for one more. There we go. Alright, so we just need 10 more, and this battery will be done, and it'll start to charge from that guy up there, which, fortunately, since, it is not a solar panel, is still going. Like I said, everywhere else you have to rely on solar panels, except I think maybe the alien planet has an atmosphere, even though you can't breathe it, and that might work. That is 9. Why is 9 not 10? Okay, for some reason it only made that many. I don't know why. Okay, weird, because I set it to 80. You guys all saw it. But there we go. Battery. Let's get it all, stitched up here. And bam. I've run a little bit long, but I have managed to get the basics of a base done. Alright, so fully recharged in 6 hours. It is charging off of that. Now I will be able to run some higher draw stuff without having to worry about our power supply beyond how much power we have stored. Alright, so this is the basics of a base. I would really like to finish this cargo container, and then I will be able to start cooking in some other interesting bits and bobs. But that is going to do it for this episode. We have the very basics of a functional base up and running, minus a little bit of, item storage. But that's great. This is going to do it for this episode. So, until next time, have a good one.